Good morning, yogis, and welcome back onto the mat with me for today's Hatha yoga class. We'll be doing a full moon flow. So this class is being recorded a day away from the full moon. So we'll use this opportunity to flow a little bit into this next full moon cycle. So grab yourself a mat, and that's pretty much all you'll need for today's practice. Coming down onto your mat, let's begin our practice. Bringing palms together to touch. Take a moment here, gently inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Beginning to rub the palms together, generating some warmth between the hands. And then resting the hands into heart center, connecting here. Taking a deep inhale. A deep exhale, allowing yourself to connect within, taking this time to turn inward, and allowing yourself to flow through this next hour of practice, connecting and being true to yourself. You can gently drop the hands down towards the knees, palms facing upward. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen up through the spine. Feel as though you're rooting the sit bones down into the ground. Taking a few deep breaths here. Allowing yourself to settle on the mat as you connect to your breath. Beginning to notice sounds around you or outside of the room that you're in. Just noticing them without attaching in any way. And then drawing your awareness once more back to the breath. Deep, beautiful inhalations and exhalations. Allowing the breath to be the anchor for your practice today. Take this time to turn inward. Allow thoughts you carried with you into the room to drift on off into the background. And when you're ready, you can gently flutter your eyes open, coming back into the room, the space that you're in. So let's begin our session with this short warm-up. Bringing the hands onto the knees, let's gently take a few swirls around, keeping the base of the spine as your anchor as you roll around in one direction. And then gently reversing and rotating in the other direction. So just gauging what's going on in the spine this morning as you find yourself on your mat, where you're holding tension and stiffness through the body, coming back into neutral. Inhale to draw chest open, gaze up to ceiling, and as you exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin and gaze down towards the mat. Inhale, come forward, exhale, round back. Inhale, reach forward, exhale, ground back. Last one, inhale forward, and exhale, roll shoulders or roll spine back. Coming back into easy seat, let's bring the soles of the feet to touch, interlace the fingers over the toes. Just walk yourself onto the sit bones here and gently begin to butterfly, pulse the knees down towards the ground, reaching up through the spine, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Just allow yourself a few moments here, opening up into the groin. On the next exhale, drop the knees down and hold. Reach forward, bringing chest down towards the ground. Take a few breaths here. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently draw the knees to close. Send the legs forward, give them a shake. Let's take the right foot over the left thigh and gently begin to crank the ankle here, creating some movement through the ankle joint, and then gently reversing. Doing 2 clockwise and reversing, and doing 2 going anti-clockwise. And then popping the foot onto the ground, draw the knee into the chest, sweep the right hand behind the body, and take a twist over towards the right hand side. Taking some deep breaths in the belly here, allowing yourself to deepen into the twist as you breathe into the belly, massaging the internal organs. Gaze over the shoulder, a couple more breaths. And as you exhale, gently roll out, send the legs forward and together, give them a shake. Let's go into the other side, so left foot over right thigh, beginning with ankle crank now. So cranking the ankle of the left foot, creating some movement and mobility through the foot. And then reversing and going in the opposite direction until you come back into neutral. Let's do 2 going in each direction. And then placing the foot down, hugging the knee into the chest, growing tall as you sweep the left hand behind you to gaze over the shoulder. Couple of deep breaths here, breathing into the belly, massaging the internal organs. Last deep inhale, and as you exhale, gently roll out, coming back into your seated posture. Give the legs a shake and then allow yourself to come back into easy seat. Bringing the hands down onto the knees once more. Let's drop the chin down into the chest. Inhale to raise the head up to the ceiling. Exhale, chin back down to chest. Inhale, raise head up to ceiling. Exhale, lower chin back down to chest. 2 more. Inhale, head up. Exhale, chin back down to chest. Last one. Inhale, head up. Exhale, chin back down to chest. Keeping the chin pinned, let's roll halfway through to one side. And as you exhale, roll halfway through to the other. Inhaling as you roll one way. And exhaling as you roll the other. Let's take 2 giant circles now. 2 circles, rolling the head all the way around in one direction, using the breath. And then as you finish 2, reverse and allow the head to roll over 2 times now into the opposite direction. Slow and mindful movements here, ending with a chin pin to the chest. Interlace the fingers and draw the hands to the back of the head. Allow the elbows to drift down as you rise up into the weight of the arms that are drawing the head down. So we're not pulling, we're rather rising into resistance. Couple of breaths here. Two more breaths. And on the next exhale, gently lower the hands down to the knees. Gaze back up. Let's come into tabletop. So stacking the knees underneath the hips and the wrists underneath the shoulders. Fingers are nice and wide spread. Let's take a couple of cat-cow, warming up through the spine. So inhale, gaze forward. And as you exhale, gaze towards navel. Inhale, lower belly, gaze forward. Exhale, draw up the spine, gaze to navel. Inhale, lower belly, gaze forward. Exhale, draw up spine, gaze into navel. Last one, inhale. Slow and mindful movements, really feeling into your body. Coming back to neutral, let's walk the hands slightly forward. We're going to begin to roll forward and back. So transference of weight over the knees and then over the wrists, gently warming up through the spine, through the wrists and knee joints. Take it slow, each time going a little bit deeper as you move forward, dropping the thighs down onto the mat, and as you move back, dropping the forehead down to touch the mat. So forward and back movements, slow and mindful, noticing what's going on in the body. Pausing for a moment as you find yourself in cobra, and then as you exhale, rolling back, coming into full child's pose, dropping the forehead down onto the mat. We wrap the arms around towards the feet. Just take a few cleansing breaths here. Last couple of deep breaths. And then gently send the hands forward. Allow yourself to slide down onto the mat, coming straight up into Sphinx pose. Up onto elbows, elbows stacked underneath shoulders. Taking a few moments, allowing the whole body to relax down into the mat. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, gaze over to left toes. Inhale, forward. Exhale, gaze to right toes. Inhale, forward. Exhale to left toes. Inhale, forward once more. Raise up the chest. Exhale, gaze to right toes. Inhale, forward. And as you exhale, gently lower the forehead down onto the hands and move the hips here from side to side. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and gently begin to press yourself back and up into downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. Nod the head yes and no. Begin to paddle the feet one at a time, really rising up into the hips as you press the heels down towards the ground, pulling up the kneecaps, pulling navel to spine, opening up through the shoulders, shoulders melting down the spine. Gazing forward, let's begin to gently walk feet in towards fingers. So rising up one step at a time, coming into dangling, allowing the whole front body to dangle down, bringing hands onto the elbows, micro bend through the knees, gently rocking from side to side. Just noticing with each rock sensations through the side body, into the hamstring glute area. Take a couple of sighs, sighing out any stuck energy, allowing the elongation of the spine from the base all the way through to the crown. Exhale, lower the hands down towards the ground. Inhale, bring hands to shins, gaze forward, flatten the back. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold down. Last one, inhale, forward. Exhale, fold down. Bringing hands into the waist. Gently begin to roll up, one vertebra at a time, coming back into standing. Come to the front of your mat. Let's take a couple of Surya Namaskar A, so Sun Salutation A, just to further our warm-up. We'll do a round of 6. So, standing at the top of the mat in mountain pose or Tadasana, ground the feet down into the ground beneath you. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale to raise the arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, raise arms up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step or jump both feet back into plank pose. Lower down into chaturanga, and then upward facing dog. Rolling over the toes and into downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Gaze forward, step both feet forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands to pray. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, swoop down. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale, step or jump both feet back into plank. You can either drop the knees, chin and chest here, rolling forward into cobra. Tuck the toes into downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Gaze forward, step, feet forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's keep going. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump both feet back. Drop down into chaturanga. Up into upward facing dog. Roll over the toes. Downward dog. 2 breaths. Gazing forward. Step both feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands to prayer. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump the feet back. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Gaze forward, step both feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands to pray. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump, feet back. Chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Roll over the toes. Down dog. Couple of breaths. Gazing forward. Step or jump. Inhale to lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive arms. Exhale, hands to pray. Take a couple of moments here. Breathe deep. Draw the hands into heart center. Allow yourself to connect. A couple more deep breaths. We're going to move straight from saluting the sun into Chandra Namaskar or moon salutation. So lowering down the hands. Coming onto the left hand side of your mat. You're going to be moving along the mat for a moon salutation. So inhale, raise up the arms. Exhale, reach over to the right side. Inhale, raise up arms. Exhale, reach over left. Inhale, raise up the arms. Exhale, step into goddess pose. So drop down. Knees to draw back to the baby toes. Arms beside the body or drawn out. Take a moment here. Inhale into 5-pointed star. And as you exhale, we gently reaching over. So turning the front foot to the short edge of the mat. Back foot turns to 10 o'clock. Arms come out, shift the hip, reach forward and draw yourself down into triangle, Trikonasana. A couple of breaths here. As you exhale, sweep the hand, rotate the back foot, inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold into pyramid pose. A couple of breaths. Bending into the front knee, step the back leg back, Drop down onto the knee, inhale into crescent lunge, arms up. Exhale, drop the hands in front of the right foot, both of the fingers or the fingers facing the long edge, roll around into side lunge for a breath. And as you exhale, flip over into the other side, side lunge. Take a breath and rotate around into lunge, drop the knee, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop the hands, step the back foot forward, straighten both knees, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold down, forehead to knee, pyramid pose. And then gently rotate yourself into triangle pose, gazing up towards the hand. Deep breath, inhale, sweep yourself up, dropping into goddess pose. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach right. Inhale. And exhale, hands to prayer. That's one side. Let's keep going. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step into goddess pose. Take a moment here. Drop down as far as you can. Inhale, 5-point star. Exhale. We were rolling over. Front toes to short edge. Back toes to 2 o'clock. Shift hip. Reach down and rotate into triangle or trikonasana. Take a breath. As you exhale, lower the hands, step the back foot forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Draw the knee into forehead to knee. Bend into the front knee, step the back leg back, drop the knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop the hands down, roll over into side lunge. Take a breath. Toes are pointed up, leg is engaged. Sweep over to the other side. Side lunge on side 2. Take a breath. And roll over. Drop the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, place hands down. Step forward, coming into inhale. And then exhale, lower down into pyramid, head to knee. And then swoop yourself into trikonasana or triangle. Take a breath here. And inhale up into goddess pose. Take a breath. And rising up, inhale, exhale, over to the right side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, over to left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And there you have one round of Chandra Namaskar or moon salutation. So just taking a moment. Hands heart to chest. Fingertips drawn into the chest, eyes closed. Ground the feet down. Take a few more breaths here. Exhale, lower the hands down. Take a wide step on the mat. Have the feet lined up to the edges of the mat. Inhale to draw the arms up. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward, coming halfway, reaching out of the hips and forward, flattening the spine. And as you exhale, gently lower the hands down towards the mat. Gently adjust feet here if you need to, walking the hands to the line of the arches that joins from one side to the other. Allow the forehead to drop down and drift down in towards the mat. Couple of breaths here. Wide-legged forward fold. Allow some deep breaths. Begin to walk the hands forward. Let's come into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Plant the palms into the ground and press back, drawing the head back, pressing energy all the way from the fingertips through the arms, through the shoulders and all the way up to the base of the spine. Couple of breaths here. Gently begin to walk the palms back into the line between the feet. Allow the head to drift down. Gently interlace the fingers behind the back. Draw the arms up. And gently pendulum swing down, opening up through the shoulders. On the next exhale, draw the hands back down. We're gently going to walk the heel-toe of the feet back in towards one another. And then drop down into yoga squat. Drawing the elbows in towards the knees, palms together, pressing the knees out. Taking a couple of breaths here in yoga squat. And then gently dropping the hands down and raise yourself up. Walk the heels together. Allow the head to drift down towards crown to ground, holding onto the back of the ankles. Gently draw the hands into the waist as you begin to roll out one vertebra at a time, coming into standing. So let's take a last little stretch through the body. Feet are hip width apart. Just gently drawing the arms around from one side to the other. Just noticing what's going on in the body. Last little whirl here. And then we're going to come down onto the mat and take a deep stretch. So allow yourself to lie down on your mat now. Send the feet out towards the bottom of the mat. Draw the hands up and over, taking a deep stretch. Feeling as though someone's pulling the fingers and the toes away from one another. And then as you exhale, gently hug the knees in towards chest and rock very gently from side to side. Just massaging out the lower back. Just feeling whatever sensations are going on here as you gently decompress the spine. And gently raising up the feet, sending them up towards the ceiling. You can give the hamstrings a little bit of a rub. Let's take happy baby, dropping the knees down in towards the ground, holding onto the feet. Just allow yourself to sink down here, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Allow yourself a few deep breaths. And then gently hug the knees into the chest once more. Send the soles of the feet down to the ground. Let's gently walk them out toward the edges of your mat. Bring the hands out beside you in cactus. And then keeping the feet pinned on the mat, gently allow the knees to drift over to the right hand side. And just continue to gaze up towards the ceiling as you allow the feet to stay in position and the knees to just drift over. Take a couple of breaths here. And then as you exhale, gently draw the knees back up to the ceiling. Take a breath. And exhale, allow the knees to drift over to the other side, keeping the feet pinned to the edge of the mat. And knees come back up. Knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. Let's take a reverse child's pose by crossing the feet over each other, holding hands, drawing knees down. Allow the chin down into the chest. Let's just relax here for a moment, taking a few breaths. can gently cross the feet over the other way. And then gently bring the soles to touch and drop the feet down onto the mat, coming into reclined butterfly. So from here you have the choice to either raise the arms up overhead and just allow them to drift and relax behind the head, or hold on to the elbows and allow yourself to completely surrender and relax into the shape, taking a few deep breaths here. Just noticing as you lie here, the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and then exhale. Allowing the shoulders to sink down deeper into the mat, allowing the whole body to relax. And then as you exhale, gently allow the feet to draw down and be sent down to the bottom of the mat. Hands raised up once more for a deep stretch. And then on the exhale, you can roll over onto the belly. We're coming into a shoulder stretch. So lying on the belly, forehead kisses down onto the mat. We're going to extend the right arm out, palm facing flat. And then we're gently going to roll over onto right hip. And take the left foot and bring it to the back of the right knee. And then you have the option to either leave the left hand pressed into the mat in front of the face, or to draw it around the body and allow it to relax and sink back onto the ground. So taking some deep breaths here, cheek, right temple, resting on the ground as you breathe in deeply. Allow yourself to settle into this restorative posture. Deep inhale and exhale. Connecting to the breath once more. Last 2 deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can gently roll back out, back over onto the belly. Allow the forehead to kiss the mat. Bring the right arm back in. Let's sweep the left arm out, palm facing down. We're about ready to roll over onto the left hips, taking the right foot, planting it behind the left knee, and then once more you have the opportunity to either keep the right hand rested into the mat in front of the face, or to draw it around the body and allow it to settle there. Taking a few deep breaths here. Lovely deep inhalations and exhalations. Allow the whole body to sink down into the mat. Last couple of breaths. And as you exhale, gently roll back onto the belly. Extend, allow, draw one palm above the other, rest the forehead for a moment. Last couple of deep breaths. And then as you exhale, bring the palms underneath the shoulders, tap the back toes, press up and over. We're coming into a wide-legged child's pose, so knees wide at the edges of the mat, toes to touch. We're going to thread, so bring the buttocks down onto the heels and thread the arms through, grabbing hold of the feet, allowing the forehead to rest down. Just allow yourself a few deep breaths here in this restorative posture. Take a few sighs. Letting go of any tension through the body. Taking your last few breaths. As you gently start to come out of wide-legged child or coming into seating in a seated posture again, draw the knees together. We're in hero pose, bring the palms together. Inhale, raise up the arms. And as you exhale, fold forward over the belly, drop the forehead down to kiss the mat. And then gently begin to walk the hands over to one side, taking a stretch over, allowing the forehead to drift down towards the mat. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, walk the hands back onto the mat. Allow the belly or the forehead to drop. Take a deep breath. And then walk hands over to the left side and gently allow forehead to drop. Walking the hands back onto the mat. Allow forehead to kiss down. Press palms into the mat. And we're going to roll over onto the back. Coming into Shavasana, or final relaxation. Allow yourself to get comfy here. Bringing the feet to the edges of your mat. Lying down. Bring the hands out beside you. Let's go for final relaxation or corpse pose, Shavasana. Allow the chin to tuck into the chest. Feet relaxed at the edges of your mat. Hands out beside you, palms facing upward. Chin is slightly tucked into the chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. Allowing yourself now to fully surrender into the ground beneath you as you let go and relax. Beginning with the toes, the soles of the feet, and the ankles. Scanning for tension. Letting go and relaxing. Moving up through the shins, the calves, and into the knees. Scanning for any pockets of muscular tension here as you consciously let go and relax. Moving up now into the thighs, hamstrings, hips, buttocks. Softening everything here, allowing the body to surrender into the ground beneath it. Awareness into the thighs, into the connection of the hip joint, softening and relaxing. Bringing awareness to the tips of your fingers, the palms, the wrists. Scanning for tension. Letting go. Relaxing. Awareness to both your arms. Awareness to the soft rhythmic beating of your heart. Awareness to the muscles of the mouth and the eyes and in the neck, allowing them to soften. Deep cleansing breaths. Washing through the body as you allow every fiber of your being to surrender down into the ground beneath you. Last scan. Let go. Relax. When you're ready, you can gently bring your awareness back to your breath, following your inhalation and then exhalation. Gently begin to wriggle the toes, bringing some movement back into the feet. Taking the tip of the thumb and gently drawing it across the tips of the fingers. Rolling your head over from one side and then to the other. Gently drawing the arms up overhead for a last deep stretch. Rolling onto either your right or your left side for a last moment here. I have a reading for you today written by Mother Teresa, who wrote, "We think sometimes that poverty is only being hungry, naked and homeless. The poverty of being unwanted, unloved and uncared for is the greatest of all poverties. We must start in our own homes to remedy this kind of poverty." So, bringing your hands back together into prayer position, beginning to rub your palms, generating some warmth between the hands, and then resting and settling those warm hands into your heart center, sending yourself some warmth and love. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, bow the nose down to touch the fingertips, acknowledging yourself for turning up to the practice today. Gently raise the head back up. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today for this full moon flow. Wishing you a truly beautiful day.